Welcome to the TechHub.training Excel Word Crunch Challenge solution. We're going to walk you through how we took that dictionary of raw data, all of these words here, and we matched them with the letters in the word TechHub. So we took our raw data here, and then we checked it against the length. I used an if statement, then with the length formula here, to make sure that the length of any of the words was going to be more than 2, which I just put here in a reference cell. I'll show you down here the ones that did not pass that length check. They returned false instead of returning the word. That's what this part of the formula here does. And then in the next column, I just put it as a 0. You'll see why I did that later, where if the value in this cell was false, then I returned a 0 here. This is important for the next step that we're going to do, which is matching the letters in this word with each of the different letters up here. So what I did for this is I used the letters in TechHub, and then I used the letters in the rest of the alphabet, and then returned 0s or 1s if they matched or not. So if the value matched, so in other words, if this letter existed in this word, the letter T is in another, then we got a 0, as you can see there. And if the letters didn't match, then we got a 1. So what we were looking for is for these numbers here to all be 1s, to all not match, and for these to have at least 1 0. With this, it's the if error function, because the find function here would produce an error, and this part here where it says at letters and at words, that is with the name function, where I took this column and then in formulas, define name or create from selection, defined this entire column just as words, and then this row I defined as letters in the same way. So that if we returned find at letters, at words, we're trying to find this word in this, or this letter in this word, sorry, and then it will return a 0 or a 1. So I did that all the way through, and then here, checked the sum. So if the sum of the not matching equaled 20, which is how many letters there were going to be in there, then we knew that all of it did not match. Therefore, it only had the letters that were in TechHub. Technically, this part of matching wasn't necessarily required, but I did like to have it because that is what the challenge actually asked for. But I found that matching, or checking the sum, I guess, off of the letters that did not match made for an easier solution. So if the sum of the letters that did not match was 20, then we would return the word. Otherwise, we would return the value of 0. In this column, this was to make this later text join function work well. I took the trim function. If this equaled 0, then I returned a space and then trimmed that space away. Otherwise, it returned the word. And then these are just text join with a comma and a space, all of the words that actually were in there, because these would all be empty cells, so it would just return the words. And then that extra step, you can just take, copy and paste these values, copy and paste as values. I put that into a column, then paste transpose, just the values, and then did a length function here.